Let's do a quick unboxing as the intro. Sturdy box, thank you. User manual. Package list. The monitor itself. We're gonna take a closer look at this baby in a second. What else? Screw-on mount and some screws. Mini ball head, standard edition. They even included an HDMI cable. Standard to mini HDMI, nice touch definitely, but I think standard to micro HDMI would have made more sense. Sony battery plate, gonna have to install that in a moment. Some more utensils, frame for the sun hood, and of course the sun hood itself. Alright, that's what's in the box. Let's check out this monitor. First of all, it's small. That's the number one great thing about it. 4.5-inch screen, roughly 120 grams, without battery plate and battery attached. The front face of it is about the size of a smartphone, definitely smaller than your standard flagship. So really small and lightweight for a field monitor. The body is made of decent quality plastic, which, considering the price point, is absolutely fair in my opinion. The standard 1/4-inch mount is a screw-on mount. You can attach it on the bottom, on the right side and on the left side. No top mount though. Not maximally convenient. I would have preferred the regular 1/4-inch holes, but I can live with it. Battery plate included, thank you. Alright, it's a secure fit, but why oh why did you include a battery plate that blocks one of the mounting options? That's just dumb. So should you run into exactly that problem? You want to mount the monitor a certain way, but you can't because the ideal mount, unfortunately, is blocked by the battery plate. Here's what you could do. You could turn the monitor on its head and use the image flip feature. Like in this example, I'm currently looking at myself bottom to top, which is obviously not what I want. So I use the image flip feature to reverse that effect. And it works, which is fine. However, there is a downside. All the buttons are now located on the bottom instead of the top, meaning I have to constantly reverse think their order, which in the beginning can be kind of a hassle. Now you can use the Sony Studio batteries, the NPF 970s right here, to power this device, which is advertised by Feelworld and of course is gonna get you extreme battery life, but in my opinion it kind of defeats the purpose of having a small and lightweight field monitor. So my recommendation is, instead of getting one of these, get two of the Sony NPF 550s. Roughly the same price, roughly the same battery life, but the much better form factor for this monitor. Now if you're a Canon shooter, unfortunately there is no battery plate for the Canon LPE6 batteries included. On the one hand, you can pick that up rather cheap, but on the other hand, that's actually a good reason to include such a part in the first place. Sun hood, this is the frame. Place it like this. Then number one, number two. Pretty sturdy, won't come loose. So this is one part of the Velcro, and the other part of the Velcro is right here. Not the highest quality sun hood imaginable, but it actually does a fine job. It's always somewhat of a hassle to apply it, but once you're done, it'll do a good job. All connectors and buttons are still easily reachable. You're getting an IPS panel, 470 nits of brightness, not perfect, but usable on a sunny day. Viewing angle of 160 degrees, very good, very important for the same reasons. You're getting approximately HD resolution, to be exact 1280 by 800, fully sufficient in this case given the small display. With a color rendering index score of 95+, you're also getting accurate colors, and the monitor works very well with your standard mid-range priced video lighting equipment, which oftentimes features the same CRI 95+ score. This monitor is capable of taking a 4K signal and performing the downscaling itself, so the camera does not have to do it, which means there's no performance drain there. Apart from the HDMI in, it also features an HDMI out that allows you to loop the signal to another monitor, a TV, and even your computer if you have the correct HDMI to USB dongle. It also features a 3.5mm audio output for live monitoring and checking playback via a headset. Excellent. 12V DC connector right here to run the monitor off the grid completely. But of course, since its form factor makes it the perfect portable monitor, most people will choose to run it off battery power using the battery plates. The menu structure is simple and clean. It makes sense and is easy to navigate via the buttons on top. The most useful feature of this monitor is one in terms of focus assist and is called peaking. It uses a grayscale version of the image and red highlights to indicate where the focus is. This is of great utility when setting focus manually. Now, of course, that's not all the features there are, so let's check out what else there is. Menu number 4 lets you assign the features to the function buttons. Button number 1 is currently set to focus assist. Button number 2 is currently set to image flip. But you could also set it to something different, like for example, center marker, save frames, check field, focus assist again, aspect ratio, the image flip that we've already seen, pixel to pixel, if your camera supports it, which unfortunately my A6500 doesn't. Image freeze, camera mode, 480p, 1080i, or 4K, or backlight. Within the menu, you got different presets, as well as user-defined. You can change the color temperature and the tint. You can change the language, the aspect ratio, and a whole lot of other settings, like the brightness of the backlight and the volume of the audio output. Basically, every feature you can assign to a function button, you can individually turn on and off from within the menu, and you can even combine them if it's possible. So you do have a focus assist feature in peaking, you do have framing assist features such as center marker and save frames, but you lack exposure assist features like a histogram, false color, or zebras. It's not a problem if your camera has those features and shows them on the monitor, but if your camera doesn't have those features and you want a monitor that does, this one's not the one for you. And here's something else that bugs me a little: no monitor battery status indication. Now, they give you very long battery life, still would be nice to have. On and off button, I would have preferred a switch because a switch cuts power completely, whereas if you turn off the monitor with the button, this little LED up here is still on and drains the battery. So you have to remember to take the battery out even after you've turned the monitor off. Let's do the latency test. Now, considering it's a budget monitor, we can definitely expect there to be some lag between the camera screen and the monitor. And as you can see, it's noticeable, but in my opinion, it's workable and definitely okay considering the price tag. As an on-camera monitor, it's doing a great job. Clear image, lightweight, long battery life, easy to use. It's downright perfect for use with a gimbal though. Even with smaller gimbals, it does not pose much of a problem as far as balance is concerned. It also works just fine in a studio environment for all the reasons already mentioned. However, should you want to get a monitor just for studio use, I don't think this one's the one for you. In that case, my recommendation is to either save up or invest more money and get a bigger one. Anything up from and including 7 inches will serve you way better in my experience. And although it's certainly not as convenient or versatile for that matter as an actual selfie screen, I have used it as one, and successfully so, I'd say. It's actually not too bad. You can get used to it, but people are gonna notice you coming from a mile away vlogging with this monitor. Other than that, for really any medium to tiny setup you're interested in, I consider this thing an awesome addition with a very good price tag. So, no false color, no zebras, no battery status indication, and a Sony battery plate that can somewhat inconvenience you. But a bright, sharp, and color accurate display with a viewing angle of 160 degrees, focus peaking, good connectivity, very good usability, all of that within a small and lightweight form factor that make this monitor very versatile in use. And on top of all of that, an unbeatable price tag. So, if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, please make sure to leave a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Any kind of comment or feedback is welcome, and I'll try to answer as quickly as possible. All the tech that I've used in this video is linked in the description. As always, thank you so much for your time, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.